Right, so I don't think I can properly come to you with a video today without addressing the flying pink elephant in the room that is yesterday's video. Look, I was stressed, I was constantly busy, I didn't want to spend hours making a video after spending an untold amount of time moving crap from home to house, so there you have it. As for the new digs, well, they're nothing about which to write home. Some interesting features, though. Nearly every outlet in this house lacks the customary third prong hole, presumably because the builders didn't like the idea of hundreds of featureless faces staring, mouths ajar, from the walls. Also, the basement is about 40% asbestos, 20% cobweb, 10% mystery goo, and 30% meth lab residue. The basement's kind of embarrassing, sure, but we keep it in the basement. Also, all 12 of the house's smoke detectors are devoid of battery power, or at least nearly. One of the bathrooms has unsatisfactory X-axis space, the other unsatisfactory Y-axis space, and I have the only air-conditioned room in the house. But hey, for the next 8 months or so, it's going to be my home away from home, and for the remainder of It's the Program, it's going to be what you stare at when you get tired of looking at my face. That back room is pretty blah, don't you think? How should I decorate? If you think I should put up posters, in addition to your regular, highly intelligent, thought-provoking comment, leave a letter A in your comment. If you think I should hang pictures, put the letter B. If you think I should smear the walls with blood and gore, I really hope you don't know my new address. Also, my vote counts for like 5 million votes, and I vote A. Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's August 15, the 227th day of 2011, which means that 42 years ago today, the Woodstock Music and Art Festival opened. For those of you who don't know, the Woodstock Music and Art Festival, oftentimes just shorted to Woodstock, was a gigantic outdoor concert that lasted for 3 days. It featured many live performers, including Grateful Dead, Jimi Hendrix, and The Who, and every audience member was stoned, naked, or stoned and naked. Classic rock music, truckloads of weed, frequent orgies, and bunches of other people who feel the exact same way as you do about everything. Sounds like a decent time. The legendary concert was actually held in the sloping grounds of a milk farm, naturally chosen by the organizers of the concert because it was a celebrated place for grass consumption, if you catch my drift. One day you're tending heifers, the next you're tending hippies. Isn't that just the way life works? Originally, the organizers of the concert were going to charge, admission fees, but when they realized that hundreds of thousands of outcriers against the man would be in attendance, they figured that just not much money would change hands anyway. Here's a grainy 1969 photo of the crowds. As you can see, the motto of the concert was no shirts, no shoes, get baked. Oh, and if you're wondering, here's Waldo. And yes, of course, he's high. As much as countercultural movements are distasteful to me, I gotta admit, being at that concert would have been pretty cool. Until I woke up 5 days later in the middle of a muddy field with no recollection of the concert, devoid of clothes and money, and having to face a world where a decent video game wouldn't come out for another decade or so. Other than that, it'd be pretty sweet. Until tomorrow, I'm Griff, and I'm still talking.